BBC's Modi question created a lot of controversy, and the government banned it. But an interesting question is, what is actually new in this documentary? One may say what is new is UK report. This is something that people did not know that existed. But then what UK report said again is not actually new. The report may be new, but what it said is not really new. So I don't think that seeing the report that people in India are shocked by the events. They are not shocked. Nor I think people learned for the first time. So this also may not be right to say. But then, what is the issue or what is new about this documentary? See, my impression of 2002 is something like this. He was Chief Minister. Chief Minister favorable organizations, VHP and others, provided leadership to Hindus and carried a systematic violence against Muslims. And police silent. That the police were either silent spectators were reported by many foreign media and other channels. And there is an impression that police remained silent because of the instructions from the highest places. Okay. And definitely Chief Minister Narendra Modi is the highest. So there is some controversy about a particular meeting where he said something that looked the other way. So there is a controversy regarding a particular meeting, but most people have the impression that Chief Minister asked the police to be silent, and then the organization favorable to him did these things against Muslims. So my impression is reinforced after watching BBC documentary. And I think my impression is also most people's impression. So it is, I don't think I am more informed on this issue. So I would say people are not shocked by the documentary. They didn't say, we didn't think it happened like this. But then why the documentary is in news? I think it is because of this. Indians are actually not divided on facts, not divided on facts, but divided on what are the implications of the facts. Implications of the facts. What Modi ji did, some people felt it is good, and Muslims deserved. And so what he did was right. So some people are of this opinion, and some are indifferent. Neutral. So they want to judge Modi ji on other issues. Okay, it doesn't matter much. They don't want to punish Modi ji for this. And there are third people who think this is a serious issue and Modi ji should be punished. So I think India is divided not on facts but on the implications of the facts. And because people have different opinion on what we should do with the facts, so in various ways they are reacting to the facts. But how can I argue like this? I want you to observe how a Modi supporter talks about 2002 events. Modi supporter, I haven't seen any Modi supporter saying Modi ji did not do it. I haven't seen anybody. If you have come across, then you can have a different view. He did not do it. Modi ji is not that type. Modi ji treats Hindus and Muslims equally as a chief minister. So I haven't seen any Modi supporter saying these things. But what does he say? He says, Supreme Court looked into it. It gave clean chit. So they take Supreme Court. They don't take their own opinion. They don't say this is not what I believe. They say Supreme Court said it. So it means it is not the fact, but if you can manage evidence about facts or manage judicial or judgments through variety of ways, then what comes out of this should be treated as a fact. Should be treated as a fact. It means the implication is that if one commits a murder but he manages evidence in such a way that court says he is not guilty, he commits a murder, you know, others know, but court says no evidence, then this is as good as saying he did not commit. He did not. So this is the argument of BJP supporters. So what does this, so they are not saying he didn't do it. They are only saying that the Supreme Court gave clean chit. Okay. If you doubt this, you know that many are even proud of the fact of what Modi ji did. For example, look at Amit Shah's statement. He said, after they were taught a lesson in 2002, these elements left that path. They refrained from indulging in violence from 2002 till 2022. Union Home Minister said while campaigning in the state. Wire. Very recent, November 25th. So, whom was he referring to? Definitely Muslims. They were taught a lesson. Who taught them a lesson? So, in fact, people voted Modi ji to power after 2002 thinking that they were taught a lesson. So, there was no disagreement about the facts. It is about disagreement about what to do. And because there is disagreement on what to do, so we have disagreement on discourse on 2002. So some want to talk about it, but BJP doesn't want critical discussion. Okay, but it wants people to think that it did it, or at least its supporters think it did it and it was a good thing, like that. So, it was discussion that was muzzled through a variety of ways. So, BJP's view is that it was over and don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. So now Modi ji is going to be like world statesman, a G20 leader. So great man like this, going to have a stature like Nehru. Now we don't talk about his past. So it is this assumption, balloon, that was punctured by BBC. It is don't talk about it, Supreme Court gave a judgment and it is over. It is that is punctured. It means people are free to talk about it, and also, of course, everything is stated in one documentary which makes any communication is easy. So that's also a great thing. Okay, so in effect, what is this about? I would say this is similar to this story of emperor's new clothes. Okay, emperor has no clothes, but everybody is supposed to say, yes, marvelous, marvelous. It was one child who said, emperor has no clothes. Because in that story, whoever doesn't see clothes is assumed to be a sinner. That was the narrative. And nobody wanted to be called a sinner. So, everybody was praising king's clothes. And king himself was not able to say he didn't have clothes. So, Everybody closed their eyes, and one child reminded, "Look, that man doesn't have clothes." And what is that child? That is busy. Think about it, my friends.